Hello and welcome to volume 2 of the room tours, whatever you want to call these, the end of Arcadia, whatever it's called. This is the second volume and this is just the hallway, which when I've been thinking about it, it's probably going to be one of the hardest ones to do because it's so narrow. So bedroom, that wasn't the last one. Stairs, Arcadia. And the door's open right now to get the longevity of the camera angle, but I'm glad I'm doing this one first because that is just totally overwhelming when you want to talk about stuff. Now, stuff that's in the frame. So here we go. First up, my little cozy snug. I always put this on. It's so hot today. That is a halogen light. It's not daylight, but it's so misty, but it's dead moist up here. It's always warm up here. It's such a small, because this is what, it's not a floating freehold, but it's a weird ass flat. Anyway, bought that in Manchester, travelled all the way around the world in it and wore it on the plane to New Zealand. Wear a vest and that in the plane and you're snug for life. Brits is just hanging there, Brits at work, and then my jacket and my car keys on. So whatever I'm wearing. Normally I wear a lot of snowboarding coats and stuff, but it's just definitely not the weather for that yet in the middle of summer. So what else can you see in the shot? We'll get to that a bit more close. You can't really see anything, we'll go from behind. At the very top, that is a drawing by A.N. Barnes, 1997. Brit bought that at a boot sale. I reframed it, conditioned it right down. The frame was horrible. It's lush inside. It's like a chalk paint drawing. But yeah, that's, as I say, needed to get framed. And for a while, that used to be in the room on the bottom where that Freddy sign was. And then, as over time, stuff's been moving around quite a lot recently. Next down, we've got 2 Laserdiscs. The idea was, when I originally found a home for them, was to sort of like, right, okay, we'll do a monthly Laserdisc thing. And I've never got around to changing them. So we've got Last Resort, starring Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. Love that artwork. It's also called Scuba School in the UK. That's from America. Someone was selling loads of stuff. I think it cost us about £25. That's posted as well. That's to get here. You normally see that £25 then American postage. So I really believe I got myself a good bargain there. The Corey Haim and Corey Feldman ones are really hard to get a hold of. I've only got a few. I'm actually waiting on Rock and Roll High School forever coming while I talk about this. And that is Johnny Mnemonic. And that is still sealed. I love Johnny Mnemonic and Nos42 Designs. I always get his name wrong. Higher. When you have to see the door in a minute, he's actually commissioned to do the new artwork, which is out now for the German release of Johnny Mnemonic. I'm waiting for that to come in the post. So that's really cool, but I love Johnny Mnemonic. The VHS cover was dire compared to that. It's fucking awesome. I love the film. Right down here, Goodfellas poster. As you can see, it's signed by Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. Just sits in the hallway. As I expressed, I got it when I got the Tombstone poster, as well as the Rocky poster. Kiwi sign there as well. I was sitting right here for my interview for I, Theodora, the interview, so that's behind us all the time. At the bottom, overlays are obviously kicking in here. That's something Brit's man bought for us recently. It's Tim Burton sketch. So you've got it's got an alien, Jack Skellington, Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice. Beetlegeist. That's at the bottom, and on the floor is pretty much a candle and a Jurassic Park mat. As I say, I try to keep this very clear. It's very narrow when you come through the stairs and stuff, so that's all you can really see in this angle. As I say, I'm going to try and like move the camera angles. There's bits on the ceilings. There's a halogen. I mean, if I turn the halogen light off for a second, as you can see, it glows orange. The halogen light actually comes around in here and goes through the wall, and I knocked the wall out. Note to self, I need to cover that from the landlord, but that light actually goes into the next room now through the roof, which is pretty cool. It's nice at night time, you know, walking around. So I normally have candles on and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm going to try and change the camera angle. So not much of a change here. The camera's just well pointing there. The camera's just need to script stuff like this, but yeah, that's the stairs. That's the picture of the Lotus 7. That's my dad's car back in the day. And this is like Standee of the Month corner. You very rarely see this. Godzilla King of Monsters. I've got loads of standees and they're all stockpiled and often change it around. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole way this way. If anyone's recently watched the Cube video, that's where I was up there. But yeah, literally, you go into here. You can't see anything above us, so quick camera angle change. This will be one of the most changeable angles, this one, as I pick my nose right up here. This is something I had to fix this morning. So it's a Perspex. Oh. Perspex, and HMV brought these original, like, prints out, so that's like numbered 99s. The Thing, and I think the Jaws one's amazing. And then they brought the Die Hard one out, and I thought that's amazing. But then they haven't kept them in kind of like collectors. So there's Back to the Future, there's The Fly. So they've brought I think 6 out. It's going to boil my head in what they've won is. I'm sure there was another one, but like I had these 2 originally framed on the wall in there, and then I took them out for the frames. I can't remember what I used the frames for. 2 frames. Oh, that's one. RoboCop's the other. But they came down when the Lost Boys frames were put in. But I love Welcome to the Party, Pal. I love them. And I honestly think they should have been exclusive steelbooks. Great commission artwork. Will find a home and get reframed eventually. And you can see up there, I found that at a boot sale for £1. And I just found it mint. I was going to say hilarious there for a second. But it's just like a lonely tree. And like, it's a painting. And someone's loved it that much that they've actually framed it in glass. I've almost painted it because, as I say in the last video, the chalk paint comes out and everything gets like a chalk paint, and that's nearly been chalk painted twice, but I haven't. Now another camera angle change. Yeah, the roof. There used to be a Ghostbusters poster there, which I give to the movie pop guy Paul Ray when he moved house, and them up there are 2 license plates from my dad's old rally cars. I recently took down a shed of my granddad's, and I brought a lot of stuff in, and just stored it. As I say, a lot of it, the other stuff, like this creepy stuff, he's got some creepy dolls and stuff like that. I kept all that, but one of the license plates, me and Sam sent it to New Zealand as a present for him, and it never got there, and it never came back. So it's like New Zealand's went, nah, not having that rusty shit in this UK, from the UK in this country, quarantined, burnt, sent away to oblivion. So yeah. Note to self, don't post rusty driving plates. But they're just up out there, so I know where they are. Right, this is framed in glass. Again, chalk paint came out. Assassin, or SNSSSN 15LH, as Blade the Mystic Dragon calls his song. I called it Assassin. Was my showreel, technically a music video for him. But this is all signed by the cast. So every single person who was in it signed it. There's only 2 of them. Blade's got one, I've got the other. But it's really cool as well because Killian H. Gore has signed it as well. As I say, it's awesome. And then I basically couldn't find a frame big enough, so I tore up an old book. And I like reading like crime thrillers and all that, but there wasn't something I read. I just picked it up and I just started like writing and circling. 9 will die. You know what I mean? Sophia, reference to the tournament, 9 AM. It's just thing we started filming. I think there's a bit where free, like fever, free, and stuff like that. I was going to do a little bit more of it, but again, I didn't know where it was going to go because I get all this shit, and especially the posters. Now, last night I just actually put all them poster tubes from the last video in the attic, out the way. But the Burbs poster, which you'll see in the next video, used to always be there. That was it. That was the Burbs. And then the Burbs finally found a home in Arcadia, which just amazed that it never got there. Right, so down here, can you see it? Can you not? Just overlay them. Ecto 1 in Out of Time. They are the license plates. Got them off the movie pop guy, Paul Ray. We tried to trade a lot of stuff around. As I say, they're just pretty cool there. And down on the floor, I'm not going to overlay because I'm just going to lift it up. This is used as my desk for my laptop. I was wondering where that pink went from. But Brit got me this early on in our relationship. It's pretty cool. So these guys, Lamplight artists, really cool guys. Probably butchered their name, I'm sorry. I've got one of these signed in the room. But they custom made this, so Cuffs, love Cuffs. Goonies, Predator, Heathers, The Thing, Back to the Future. Weird Science is probably the one in the bunch that it's not my cup of tea, although I do like the film, but I've got Lost Boys, Goonies and Gremlins. But them 2 right there, that showed how much pretension Brittany was appearing early on their relationship. There's 2, I think, 3 things down here actually. That Lost and Hasn't Found a Home. Edward Fung Yong's Big Trouble in Little China. You get that with the vinyl. This is framed, but hasn't found a home. Obsessive Compulsive. It's a band poster. It's a gig set list. It's a signed CD. As you may not know, I directed their music video probably over 10 years ago now. So that was just rolled up, and again the frame just started falling to bits. And last but not least, that's been in a few videos now, Iron Man 3 poster. Get out the skip, Stephen, as Gordon said to us. This basically stands there, and there's a plug socket, right? because that room, Arcadia, has 2 plug sockets. So that's the 4th plug socket, so I've got to run an extension cord like that way. So that just stops me tripping over shit during the day. But yeah, the Iron Man 3 poster. I went to see Iron Man 3 on my birthday, my 30th birthday. I seen Iron Man 3. There was no one in the pictures. I was in Edinburgh, and I was looking forward to Iron Man 3, and that used to be in the tea room at work, because we used to have a frame next to the television. And that found its way from the shop floor into there after I'd framed it. And then when we moved shop a couple of years back, I just came into work that night. It was in the skip. I was getting fucking, I'm having that. And Gordon's like, get out the skip. So yeah. So that's pretty much that wall. As I say, the light runs around there. But yeah, next bit. That's the door. So that's new. So that's the new Jaws custom print. My mum got me that for my birthday, and then I framed it with all these cutouts. So I made that. I'm really happy with it. But NOS42 Design. I always get your name wrong, sorry. These guys are really cool, and that's actually appeared on their website. Underneath on the overlay is the tiger picture. Behind it is a Fear and Loathing Las Vegas picture that obviously got sacrificed. So it was a Turtles poster, then Fear and Loathing, and then that. And the way you put these on the door, if anyone wants to do them, you hang it and then pop the corners out and drill. And then get it tucked up, and once it's tucked up, it's done. But it's not like you can walk around and show it. But tiger, again, going back to my granddad. My granddad always used to have a picture of a tiger on the back of his bedroom door. And as a kid, I was like, oh, he's got a picture of a tiger. No idea why. It was never explained to us. And Flamingo Land a few years ago, I found a picture of a tiger. Hence why Flamingo Land's a zoo, half a theme park. And I just thought it was cool. So yeah, as I say, Arcadia, when you get to that video, it's just mental. And it's going to be crazy to take all this down. I can't believe it's like a week and a half. That bit of the wall. Right, sorry about this. It's so narrow and tight. I'm even having to hold this quilt out the way, quilt and some cord. Gremlins poster. Had that for years. That's been in a lot of videos. That's the only thing on the door. It's always quirky. On the side, 2 art prints. One's Gizmo, one's Edward. Got them for the love of horror. They're pretty cool. Underneath there, I know you can't see it in this shot. That's the WrestleMania 32 special edition I got, signed by Sting. It's a bit of the ring. You know, and a money note from Shane McMahon. I mean, where else is it going to end up? And then down here, this is just moved from the editing room. Like, I love it. It's signed, right? But how do you hang it? So it was originally in the room, but it suffered. It was going to go on eBay, but then I thought, no, I don't like eBay and stuff. If I've bought it away from work, I'll look at it and go, do I want that? Do I really want that? Do I want this sheet? But yeah, next cut. Right, above me, Colour Out of Space. Again, the Thing, the Jaws. That was one of the frames, the glass. Got them from B&Q. Like, I think they were like in a negative downward map of Paris, because I couldn't find any frames to fit them. But they fit them perfect. Robocop is framed in the other room. Robocop and Colour Out of Space were actually on that wall in there, but they get knocked over a bit. These 2 things here are signed by Graham Humphreys. He's an awesome cat, met him at HorrorCon. He does a lot of like commission work all the way back from back in the day, and they are The Thing and Halloween. You can see him signed at the bottom. It's really cool. But I was lucky enough to get these 2 frames, and once again, just grey strike them on the paint. So let's go this way. You've always got to thank the movie pop guy Paul Ray. He has been bugging me to do this for years, because Paul lives. So for example, like, Paul appears in my podcast a lot, but like Paul lives like North Shields way. It's a long way away from me. Right, so in the corner, just a creepy little picture. It used to be creepy to like that. Now totally reminds me of New Zealand. If you check out, once again, cheap plug-in IT or Dora if you want to see what my life's like in New Zealand. That just totally reminds us of when we went to the centre of New Zealand. And last but not least, Jaws. Canvas print, quite common. B&Q got them in. B&Q, B&M. Behind them though, I don't know if I can get stuff out of here. There's stuff hiding behind here. That is a Ryan Brown 33 out of 100 print. That's from the original HorrorCon I went to, because it was like a Frankenstein convention on. I can tell you what's behind here, but I'm just a little bit worried. This I thought was lost. It's a Robo Doc. This is something I wanted framed, It's signed by the guys, Yo Move Steven, signed by the cast, not the cast, the creators, which will be, I think it's Gary Smart. It's quite funny actually because I've just released my Robocop documentary today. Well, not my documentary, my commentary. With Paul Ray, Carl, and the first ever one, Matt Davies. The only problem is this Jaws thing come off and spatters in the head. A print. That's from Ace Assassin. That's me. Before I had a beard. It's fucking dusty, that. I might frame that. That's a good find, actually. Not that I'm being vain. Right, these are cool. Event Horizon. Again, these are hard card. Stuff like this, if you put it on the ceiling, just wings down. These are lobby cards. It's bought from the guy at HorrorCon. I love Event Horizon. It's such an underrated film. Infinity and space. It opened up. That's impossible. It happened. Mama Bear. Oh. Didn't know this was behind here. Terminator. Dark Fate. This is from Carl, probably. Carl always goes to the pictures and then always manages to get himself art and then drops it off for us. There's a few things behind here. You guys are just waiting for that long in my head. I don't think it's going to happen, but it might. The Relic, again a lobby card, wanted this framed. Recently did a podcast that on my own right. That is one of the darkest films. I couldn't see a fucking thing when I was doing the podcast. Oh fucking hell, there you go. Another one from Carl. Glass. Great place to keep them all flat, because look how flat that is. Yeah, that's awesome. Flat there. Next up. I think there's only one more. Event Horizon. Yeah, I can't. If it's there, it's like right in the middle. So yeah, there's another Event Horizon one. But yeah, that's cool. So we've got the license plates, Assassin, the door. Can you see here? Of course you are, we can. Picture right here, Penshaw Monument. One of the greatest marvels in the northeast, along with Guildbridge. That was painted by my Uncle Peter, approximately 30 years ago. It's from the bottom of the hill. There'll be some overlays here of Penshaw Monument. So this used to be in my nana's front room. She used to live at Penshaw View. It's in Euston. And you could see it from there, and it was put in the front room. And my nana was weird. my nana and my granddad Jimmy were weird because like they just had this front room that they never used. And you used to, as a kid, you used to go in and like if anyone sees Count Duckula VHS, that's from there. And like this had this front room, and it just would be perfect for a room that would never get used, and that used to be above the fire. And unfortunately, you know, my nana's been gone a long time, and Jimmy sadly passed away a few years back. And my mum's got a garage, and I don't know what we're doing. One day I went in this garage. I don't even think I knew she had a garage when this happened. And I just looked in, and there that was. I was like, "Can I have that?" And she said, "Yeah, have it." I was like, "Well, there you go, it's mine." I kind of think though, looking at it there, oh, it's moving. I think that over the years it's slipped, but it's been lovely framed. But yeah, that's always gonna have a home with me, definitely. Right, that was one of Brittany's Christmas or birthday presents last year. Brittany was born on Halloween. So it was around that time. She had this as a screensaver for ages. And once again, thanks to Carl, because me and Carl were trying to find this. And Alex from Transform Your Image, the guy who did the Lost Boys picture in there, printed that. It's on Perspex. So it's like a window view of an aeroplane and just seeing the balloons, not the house, but coming through the clouds. It's an amazing artwork. I don't know who did it, but that inspired like the Angel of the North, which Chris still gives me grief because he had to paint all the balloons. But that sat underneath the computer because I thought Brit would take it home. She never did. And then once again with that, this actually used to be there. So that used to be there, and there used to be like a little gap between the two. And when I used to have like the Darkman, I think it was the Darkman on a glass sheet, and I stood on it and just shattered the glass, obviously, because I had it flat on the floor. Normally I use a few VHSs and DVDs to stack it up like a little office desk, because like one of my laptops can't take so much memory. My older laptop, you can jump a fortune on there, and especially when you podcasts, jack in the old laptop, let it run, and like, you know what I mean, it's fucking brilliant for what it is. Last but not least, down there is another print of Jurassic Park. Ooh, I can take that off. That's what the Jaws is, like that. That's what the Ghostbusters one was like. See, it just fits perfect, fills the gap. But yeah, this is pretty much the hallway, to be honest with you. That's it. Arcadia, bedroom. Where, as I say, normally gets lit up. So yeah, see you in the outtakes. That's an outtake, magic finger. I know one of my neighbours is working, but hitting her up on the roof. Next outtake. Bum 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 bum. Only filming this because it might fall on my head. It might. Oh, pissing sticks, man. I was gonna frame something, wasn't I? I was gonna frame the picture of me, wasn't it? I'm only saying that because like Brittany gave us some frames. I started framing like 7-inch singles and stuff. Whoa. Yeah. Picture of Abraham. I used to be on the ceiling. Right, next outtake. Just a quick outtake I've heard back from NOS4A2 Designs. I can't even say it right, speaking it out. He's an awesome guy. Like, it's pronounced Nosferatu. Why didn't I get that? Being a fan of Nosferatu, the vampire, in case you're wondering, yeah. Yeah, still waiting on the Johnny Mnemonic comes in. That'll be awesome, but yeah, next outtake. Hello, this is a quick ending for the room tour. Well, there's a next outtake of me walking into the next Arcadia. Just back in here, obviously I mentioned that Rock and Roll High School Forever was coming. So there's an unboxing video of that and I've just decided to frame it. I absolutely love that. Absolutely love it. Hi. Well done, Stephen. That'll be another outtake when I sort that out with blue tack, but that's on the wall. I've decided to take down Johnny Mnemonic. I'm going to say that is still sealed, factory sealed that. It's absolutely class. Main reason why Johnny got sacrificed instead of Last Resort is hopefully very soon, I'm hoping, the Johnny Mnemonic comes from NOS4A2 Designs. Getting there with that. Obviously, I've already done a podcast with Johnny Mnemonic. I'm not going to sit there and talk about Johnny Mnemonic. I will be watching it again. Do a review because the Laserdisc, the VHS, the DVDs, they've all seen completely different artwork. And I mean, that is amazing to be still sealed. And I'm really looking forward to the new Johnny Mnemonic that comes on Blu-ray, even if I can't watch it because it's all in German. But it should work. But yeah, next outtakes, The Door. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. This is the very end of the video. Next time, welcome to Arcadia. The door didn't open properly there. But yeah, this is where it all gets a bit batshit crazy. See you next time.
And now, the end is here.
Here's a quick outtake. There you go. Framed it. One of them frames I had. Just framed Abraham, keep him in the box. But yeah, next time, there'll be something new.